Wash day mistakes can literally make or break your hair. So there are so many mistakes that you're making that you do not know of. So I'm going to highlight all that mistakes. So the first thing that you're probably not doing is that you don't have a pre-shampoo treatment. So this is something that most people don't talk about because most people just go in straight with washing your hair. But I love to do a hot oil treatment before actually going in with washing my hair. What this does is that it helps your hair to stay moisturized even after washing your hair, because if you have natural hair, moisture is one key thing that you need for your hair to thrive. So during this process, I've seen a lot of change in my hair. Like my hair is less frizzy, it's shiny, and it even stays moisturized even after washing my hair. I'll also advise that if you're using any form of shampoo, try to use any shampoo that do not contain sulfate so that you don't strip your natural hair from its oils. So that's what I'm going to say about your pre-shampoo treatment. When you're doing this treatment, do not apply it on your scalp because you do not need to apply that on your scalp. What you're doing is just applying it to the length of your hair for your hair to stay moisturized even after washing. So when you do this, just make sure that you get only the length of your hair and not your scalp. You do not want to cause build-ups, and you're going to literally wash your hair after this, so there's no need for that. So I just make sure to get a little bit of my oil, just put that on my palm and just focus mainly on my hair. You can see I'm focusing mainly on the length of my hair. This also helps to strengthen your hair. So when you're done doing this, you're just going to put on your shower cap and leave that in for 30 minutes before actually going in with your wash. The next thing I'm going to talk about is your detangling process. This is one of the most important steps in length retention and growing your natural hair. Most times these mistakes are literally made all the time. So there's a particular way I like detangling my hair. The first thing is that I go in with finger detangling first. So what you need to do is section off your hair. You need to section your hair so that you know what section you're working with, and you can better detangle your hair and not cause any form of breakage, and just focus on the knot on your hair. So what I would say is that first off, do not detangle a dry hair. Never detangle your hair when it's dry. Make sure that you're going in with a water-based product, or if you do not have that, a conditioner or water. Like literally just get your spray bottle and water and just spray it out on your hair, because you need some form of sleep or moisture going on. So never detangle your hair when it's in a dry state. You're going to cause so much damage and breakage to your hair. So what I do is that before actually washing my hair, I always detangle my hair first. It makes my wash day process easier and it makes it short. So when you're doing this, I'm going to be using my hair mayonnaise because I need some form of sleep on my hair. So you need to make sure that you have some form of sleep going on, like I mentioned before, using a water-based product, using a conditioner. Like for instance, I'm using my hair mayonnaise. Just use any product that has a good sleep. This will help you to detangle your hair better. So I'm just showing you how my new length for this particular video, but when I'm doing this, you can see in that I'm finger detangling. So finger detangling is very important. I do not usually use combs or detangling brushes because they cause so much tension on my hair. So doing this process first before actually washing your hair makes your wash day process shorter, and it also makes your wash day process to be easier and less breakage. So I always recommend you doing this. So the next mistake you're probably making is that you're not washing your hair in sections. This is the best thing you can do for your natural hair. Washing your hair in sections helps to reduce frustration. Like that's what I'm just going to say, because anytime water comes in contact with your natural hair, it tends to puff up and you have more volume, and this can get overwhelming and you might end up washing your hair in like a rough manner, which can cause tangles and can also lead to breakage. That's why I always recommend you washing your hair in sections, whether you use clips or whether you actually twist up your hair. Just make sure that you're washing your hair in sections. It helps you to focus more on your scalp and the length of your hair and just get a clean hair. And also the next thing I would say is that anytime you wash your hair, make sure that you go in with a conditioner or a protein treatment. I always like doing my protein treatment. In this video I'm doing a protein treatment because I'm coming off a long-term protective hairstyle. So anytime I'm coming off from a long-term protective hairstyle, I like going in with protein treatment to help to strengthen my hair for the new protective hairstyle I might go into afterwards. So what I'm doing is that you can see I'm taking out my sections to make sure that the products get into my hair better. So you can see that I'm working in sections. That's why I say always work in sections. It helps to reduce frustration, and it also helps you to be careful when you're doing this process. Sections literally make your wash day process easier, faster, and less breakage. What you want from any wash day process or any wash day in general is to reduce breakage. That's the main goal for any form of wash day. So I always recommend you doing sections, and let me know if you find this helpful, because most people usually just wash their hair like that and it can be really really frustrating. So I always recommend that. So after I've done my protein treatment, I go with a shower cap and rinse that out after. The next mistake you're making is you're using the wrong shampoo for your type of hair. I always recommend using a moisturizing shampoo in general, because I have high porosity hair, so my hair tends to get dry. So any form of moisture that I need, I always recommend that for high porosity hair. And also your scalp routine is very important, especially if you're in a protective hairstyle. Don't be afraid to wash your hair. Even though you're in a protective hairstyle, you do not want to neglect your hair. Even though you're in a protective hairstyle, you can see that I'm focusing more on my scalp on this particular video. Your scalp health is very important. It helps create a good environment for hair growth, so that is also very very important. And also making sure that you're using the right type of shampoo. I always recommend the cream of nature argan oil shampoo. It's very good, it's very moisturizing. That's one shampoo that I always constantly reach out for. I always repurchase. I absolutely love that. So finding a good shampoo for your type of hair, I always say do not buy shampoos that contain sulfates, because they just strip your hair of its natural oils, and this can leave your hair feeling super dry and your hair can break off. It causes breakage. So I always recommend you finding the right type of shampoo, and always go for products that say moisturizing, hydrating. Those are the products that you want to use. The next mistake you're probably making is that you do not use conditioners. Guys, after washing your hair, there's a reason why it's always a shampoo and conditioner. This helps to bring the moisture back to your hair, especially if you use a shampoo that is very clarifying. Like if you use a clarifying shampoo, you need to always go in with your conditioner, or if you wash your hair, always go in with your conditioner. It just helps to bring that moisture back in your hair, because natural hair thrives on moisture. So after doing this, just let your conditioner sit for like 15 to 30 minutes in your shower cap. I always go in with my shower cap, then a steam cap. You can also just use your normal shower cap, but you just have to stay in longer. But just make sure that you go in with your conditioner. It does a lot to your hair, because natural hair thrives on moisture. So if you need to keep that moisture into your hair longer, I always recommend this. And also for my girlies that have high porosity hair, deep conditioning is very very key to making that moisture last longer in your hair. So after like 10 to 30 minutes, I take that off and also rinse that. You can see that your hair looks so much better. It feels moisturized, it feels soft. This is something that I always recommend to people, for people to do, because deep conditioning makes a lot of difference. This is a conditioner, this is not a leave-in conditioner, so I always go in with my I always go under the shower and rinse that out. So this is something that you should definitely try. Always make sure that you use your conditioners. It helps to bring that moisture back to your hair. The last thing I'm going to mention is that every step in your wash day routine is very important, and this last step is so important. Your moisture routine is very important. I don't know how to explain this, but you need to have a very good moisture routine. I always do the LOC method, that is liquid, oil, and cream. So I have my conditioner, my leave-in conditioner, I have my cream, I have my oil. Your moisture routine helps to keep your hair moisturized for a longer period. Like I mentioned before, that natural hair thrives on moisture, so you want to make sure that your hair is always moisturized. This is something that I do weekly, and I also do it anytime my hair feels dry. I go in with my moisture routine. So I'm just going to give you my basic standard moisture routine. After washing your hair, always make sure that you're going in with your moisture routine. Do not just go in with your oils and just shampoo like that. No, you have to make sure that you add your leave-in conditioner, you have a cream, and you have your oils. This just helps to keep your hair moisturized, and using your oils last or your cream last helps to lock in the moisture on your hair, especially if you have high porous hair. I'm mostly focused on people that have high porous hair because that's the type of hair I have. So I make sure that my moisture routine is very, very, very good because my hair tends to dry a lot faster. That's why I always mention that anytime my hair feels dry, I go in with my moisture routine. Also note that your ends are very, very important. The reason why having a good moisture routine is important because it helps in length retention, and how that works is that the ends of your hair are basically the oldest part of your hair. So if you're not taking care of them well, they're going to dry out and you get split ends. And when you have split ends, they break out your hair because your hair is literally splitting and running through the length of your hair, which can cause your hair to break off. That's when you notice that you're getting so much hair loss, or you're noticing that your hair isn't growing, like you have stagnant hair growth, or your hair is even getting shorter. So that's why I say a moisture routine is very important, because you want to take care of the hair you have so that when you get new growth, you see length retention. That's why you're not retaining length, is because not because that your hair isn't growing, it's because you are not doing, you're taking care of your ends. That means you don't have a standard or a good moisture routine. That's why I always emphasize on this, because the wash day mistakes that you're making is that your moisture routine is not working for your type of hair. So you need to make sure that you're using the right products for your type of hair. That's why I always recommend you knowing what type of hair porosity you have. It helps in picking up products that work well for your type of hair. And if you can find products that work well for your hair, that means you have products that actually moisturize, hydrate, and your hair is actually feeling moisturized and it's actually good, and you see your hair retaining so much length. But basically, just watch the clip, you see how my moisture routine goes. I start off with my leave-in conditioner. After using my leave-in conditioner, I go in with my virgin hair fertilizer. I've always been recommending this product on my channel. You need to go and try this. It really, really helps in promoting hair growth. It is so good and it's so affordable. So this is something that I always recommend. Then after doing that, I go in with my herbal oil. I have a video on how I make this. This contains a lot of herbs that help in promoting hair growth, strengthening your hair, and also thickening your hair. It has really helped me in growing my hair longer this year. So I have a video on that. It should be the video before this one. Yes, I think that video is up now, so I'll also link that for you guys to check out. But make sure you get that particular virgin hair fertilizer, and I also have the video on how I make my herbal oil at home. It's very easy, it's very simple, it's not complicated. I always recommend you making your own oil at home, because you know what you're putting into it, instead of all those harsh chemicals that actually are not good for your hair. And yeah, that's basically the end of this video. Let me know if you've learned something new, and let me know what mistakes you've been making and you're going to correct in the comment sections. And if you have any questions or any issues on whatever topic, you can leave that in the comment sections. I always reply them. So yeah, that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave that comment, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.